All right. Hey guys, so I'm Kathy Reuter and welcome to our second call for new coaches for Ambition Academy. It is June 12th and you guys are doing awesome. Thank you for participating. Actually, thank yourself for participating in the actual training and engaging and liking the posts and commenting on them and then applying them to your business. It really, really makes a huge difference. You know, I've been doing this for 4 years now, and I've seen a lot of coaches go through all the trainings, and it's the ones who are actually interacting in the group, and then even better, actually on the calls and stay on all of the three. We only have three. Those are the coaches who go on to really build these incredible businesses. So I am really pumped up for you guys, and you should be too, because this is the best business in the world. And so I'm so excited for you guys. So tonight, what we are going to be talking about is how to track your business. And that's just going to be kind of more of a brief thing. And we're going to more specifically and more importantly, be diving into Instagram stories with social media. So we will start out by going over the basics or badass challenge tracker. That's what we call it. And in case you don't know, in the group for Ambition Academy, if you look under files, you will see a bunch of different documents that we have uploaded to this group before the group even kicked off. Really important things for you that are going to help you build a thriving, successful business. And one of the things is this basics or badass challenge tracker. And I've seen tons of different trackers, guys, over the past 4 years. This one is really simple. And if you need it to be broken down even more simpler for you, I can do it even further for you. So I wanted to screen share for just a second. Before I screen share, I just wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of tracking your business, because I think that when we come into this, a lot of times we kind of have the employee mentality, the employee mindset where, you know, we're used to going into work every single day, or most of us are used to going into work every single day, you know, for a job, working for someone else, where there's specific things that need to be done every single day, and you know what they are because your boss tells you about them and tells you when they need to be due, and you have deadlines and things that need to be met, and then you just do it because they told you to do it. And so in this business, you don't have anybody like checking up on you, being like, hey, you got to get this stuff done by X date or this other date, or make sure you do this today. And so you have to be your own boss and be self-disciplined enough to do these things. Like, we'll tell you exactly what you need to do to build a business, which is where you're going to want to and why you're going to want to refer to this challenge tracker that is in the group. And then I'm going to screen share with you in just a second, because at the end of the day, it is truly like such a simple business. I can't say this enough. I know you're probably overwhelmed as a brand new coach. We all started there. We all felt like, oh my gosh, there's so much. But at the end of the day, the best thing that you can do is to just start taking action on these things that are on the tracker, and don't waste your time thinking about, okay, I got to make this perfect and I got to get myself all organized, because days will go by, weeks will go by, months will go by, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I actually never got to the things on the tracker. Don't even think, like, we've broken this down and have made this, we really couldn't make it any easier now for a new coach to come on and have success. So this tracker are the things that you need to do every single day, no matter what, if you want to build a business. So if you are here because you really want to build something and you want to earn residual income over time, and you really want to change a lot of lives and you want to change yours, then you just have to make it a priority to get these things done every day. And everybody's schedule is totally different, guys, with how much time you have available. Some people can sit down and do an hour straight every single day. Some people like to do more. Other people are busy all day, and so they will break it up and they'll find pockets of time, and maybe they'll do like the first 5 things on the tracker in the morning, and then they'll do like another 5 at night. So just do what works for you, but just make sure that you get organized with your business in that aspect of knowing when you're going to actually sit down and work and be really, really focused. And when I say sit down and actually do your work, the work I'm talking about is the stuff on this challenge tracker, nothing else. Okay, so I'm going to screen share with you guys because it's so important that you do these things and actually track what you're doing. And it's really important too, because at the end of every single month, well, before I go into that, it's a, I'm like totally losing my train of thought right now. It's a delayed response business. So what that means is it's not instant gratification. So you're going to be doing these things on this tracker every single day, And you might not really be noticing anything is even happening, right? Kind of like when you start out on your own health and fitness journey and you have like 35 pounds to lose, like I had to. And you're following the meal plan, you're pressing play. And by like day 3, you're like, I don't really see any changes. I don't feel any different in my jeans. The scale literally has not budged. Like, I don't, you have to be patient. It's slow and steady, consistent progress over time. And if you can reach your goals in terms of your health and fitness, then you can build a business because it's the exact same thing. So this is a delayed response business, meaning that you're going to be doing these things on the tracker every day, every week, and the month is going to go by. But the work that you're doing all this month isn't going to really come through, and you're not going to be able to see the results of it until like month 2 or 3, which is why you need to be super consistent and patient and trust the process and understand that this is a business that you're building and that nothing happens overnight. But I can promise you, it is going to be worth it. And I always say from the beginning, because I don't candy coat anything, if you just give yourself an entire full year of showing up and doing these basics on this challenge tracker, day in and day out, week after week, month after month of hitting Success Club, you will be in a completely different place in 1 year from now, and you'll never think about quitting. So let's just screen share with you guys really quickly so I can go over that and see if you have any questions about that, and then we can dive into Instagram. So let me just screen share here. And some of you guys might have already even passed it out. So can you guys see this? Okay, cool. So this is it right here. And it's 2 pages. And what I highly recommend is that you print it out and you keep it in front of you at your desk every day when you sit down to work. And now these things, guys, I'm telling you, like, this is such a simple business. It really is. This business is not hard. You just have to be self-disciplined enough to show up every day and do these things. But the actual work is not hard. It's so simple. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go through this tracker every single day, and it shows you all the different activities that you need to do to build your business. And that's why it's so important for you to track it every day, because at the end of the month, you might be like, I don't understand, like, why didn't I hit Success Club? But then you might go back and look at your tracker, right? Because you're going to have 4 of these printed out for the whole month. And you might look and be like, oh my gosh, I actually only invited 3 to 5 people to a challenge group 2 times the whole month. I'm supposed to be doing this every day. No wonder why I didn't hit it. So without tracking it, you don't really know really where you went wrong, where you could improve in, like what areas you did awesome in that you were consistent with. So you'll just go through these. It'll have all the days of the week, but you'll just track your workout, log that you did your shake. You just do a check mark. You did your nutrition. You did your personal development, which should be at least 15 to 20 minutes a day, which you should either be doing the Slight Edge or the Compound Effect as a brand new coach. Those are the first 2 books that you should read. 5 new, that you sent 5 new friend requests to people on Facebook. That you connected with 5 new people on Instagram. And I'm going to go over Instagram after this. So I'm not going to go into too much of this now. That you comment, like, and engage on 5 new and 5 old people's posts. So for example, these are just, you are looking at other people's walls on Facebook or on Instagram, and you're liking it, and you're actually giving them a compliment or asking them a specific question. Or you're just sending them a message saying like, hey, how's it going? I really like that picture that you posted. Was that your first time that you guys went to Disney? It's just small talk. It's basically just talk about life. It's nothing about Beachbody. It's nothing about business. It's nothing about them joining you. It's just a chance for you to just build a friendship, right? And just remember, every time you do these conversations, don't overthink it. Talk like yourself. Imagine that you're talking to this person face to face in your own house, or you're meeting them even for the first time. How would you talk? How would you sound? What are the things that you would say? And however that looks and however that comes out is how you should be typing, right, on your messages to people. So just always remember that. Don't worry about ruffling feathers. Don't worry about what's this person going to think, because you're only going to be able to ever attract your people and your tribe to you if you are like 100% unapologetically yourself. And that means that you can't overanalyze and you can't overthink and you can't worry about what's this person going to think, because there's always going to be somebody who's just not going to agree with you. It's kind of like if I was like, oh my gosh, you know, chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream is the best ice cream in the world. Not everybody's going to agree with me, right? Somebody else, like my mom, is going to be like, no, coffee ice cream is the best in the world. So you can't take anything personally. You can't overthink it. You just have to do you. And that's actually the only way to succeed in this business is if you're you. That's the only way. This is the only business in the world where you can be you, where you don't have to worry about putting on a mask and putting on a different face and acting a certain way in front of certain people. You just have to be you. And if you can just be you and, you know, come out of your comfort zone a little bit every day and you're taking action, then you're going to build your business and you're going to attract your people to you. And you're going to find people who want to build a business like you do, and you're going to find other people who want to come to you and be in your support and accountability groups. All right. Conversations with 5 people who have followed your stories or posts on Facebook. So I always tell my people that every post that you make on Instagram or Facebook, track the people who have liked it or commented on it. So I have an ongoing list, and at the end of every single day, what I do is I look at the posts that I've made, and I look at the stories that I've done on Instagram or Facebook, and I simply just write down the names of the people who are watching it or who are liking it or commenting on my posts. That means that they're following you, they obviously find you interesting, they're intrigued by you, and so these are good people to connect with. So I just keep a running list of those people, and you should do the same thing too. Continue on with 5 old conversations and add value to people. So that's just, you never want the conversation to end. You just want to be a friend to people. Just make friends, be sociable, and be yourself. Invite 3 to 5 new people to a challenge group. So this is every day, guys. Every single day, you should be inviting people to be a part of the team's support and accountability group. And if you need help with messages of what to send people, you can reach out and comment in Ambition Academy. I think there's already sample scripts in the files too that you can refer to. And invite 3 to 5 people to the sneak peek or free group. So if you're in Team Forever Strong, I'm not sure how they do it in Empowered Elite, but if you're in Team Forever Strong, we have a cover photo at the beginning of every month, and it has all the important dates on it about if we have a free group that month. It'll say what it is and when it is and when it starts. And it also has in there 2 times a month we run a coach. We call them a coach sneak peek. It's just a chance for people to learn more about coaching and to learn more about what we do. And it's a really, really laid back, easy, simple way, no pressure way for people to learn more about what this is so that they can decide if they want to do this with you in the future. Because guys, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna be honest, like, you want to start to focus on slowly building your team. And so what that means, that's if you're here to really you want to build a substantial business. Like, you want to leave your job, you want to pay off debt, you want to retire a spouse, you want to do this full time one day. In the back of your mind and with everything you do and all the conversations you're having, you always want to be on the lookout for someone who you think would make an awesome active coach, who would make an awesome business building coach, who you'd want on your team with you. Like, oh yeah, they're so motivating. Like, they would be awesome at this. Those kinds of people. And over time, every month, you want to be making it a goal of yours to be bringing on 2 to 3 active coaches every single month so you can start to slowly build your team. You don't have to worry about training them. Your upline coach will take them under their wing, and we have all this training in place, and we can all work together to help get them started right. So don't think that you need to be at a certain level in your business before you start bringing on your first few coaches. All right, so start small and just set a goal for yourself this month that you're going to bring on 1 active coach. And the way to do that is by inviting people in to whenever we have or whenever your team has their coach sneak peeks. So we actually just had one on Sunday night. And so our next one is actually going to be a coach webinar, and it's on Sunday the 24th. And this one is going to be different. I do them differently. This one's going to be a straight up webinar where I'm going to be sharing slides. It's like a slideshow. We'll be able to give people a link. They'll hear me talking, see me talking, be able to learn all about the business, and they can just sit in their own comfort of their own home and just learn about it. So you want to make it one of your priorities to get people invited into that to hear more about this. And not just one person, give yourself a goal. When I first started as a brand new coach, I really had my back up against the wall and I was in sheer desperation. So it's a numbers game. Obviously, the more people you have learning about the business, the more likely that you're going to actually get someone who actually wants to sign up and do it. So be realistic and set, I would set at least 10 people. I tell my new coaches, try to get in at least 8 to 10 people who want to learn about this business. And again, I have sample messages that you can send to people to invite them to it. And it's no pressure. And that's the way to do it, because as a brand new coach, you're just not really sure how to word things, what to say about it. You're just learning yourself too, but you want to have success and you want to start to build your team, build your business. And so we've put these things in place 2 times a month. So make sure that you take advantage of those. As soon as you're talking to people behind the scenes, if they tell you that they don't have the money, that's an instant invite to, oh my gosh, like you should totally check out coaching. Like this could be the thing that could change it for you. We actually have a coach webinar coming up in a couple of weeks. Do you want to be a fly on the wall and just learn a little bit more about it? Like you can say things like that. And again, I can help you with that wording. Okay. You want to make sure you're following up with 5 people every day. So that means sometimes people get confused in this business when we say like invite to a challenge group. And so you sit down and you send out messages to people and you're like, hey, like Katie, so nice to talk to you. Like, how have you been? Your kids are getting so big. I can't believe it's been like, 15 years since we graduated high school. That's crazy. Like, what's new with you guys? And then you go into your invite and usually say, hey, listen, I was just thinking about you because our team's kicking off this awesome 21-day support and accountability group. It's a ton of fun. Like, I really got to get rid of these 25 pounds and I'm looking for 5 people who want to do it with me. I thought of you. Would you be interested in hearing more about it? Something simple like that. That's your invite, right? And a lot of times what happens with people is they send the invite and they're like, nobody's signing up. I don't get it. And that's the thing though, guys, is that most people, even for people who are successful and even for myself in this business, doesn't matter how long you've been doing it for, most people don't and won't get back to you when you send that first initial message, because social media just isn't their life like it is ours. Like, we build our businesses through social media. So we're on it all the time, every single day, right? Making it a priority. These people, they just don't. And they might check it and they might see it real quick in the middle of the day and then they forget about it. So the magic really happens in the follow-up. And that's why it's so important that after you send that first initial invite, that 24 hours later, you then go back through all of those people that you, so like if you sent messages out yesterday, say like you sent out 3 messages yesterday, or let's just say you sent out 10. Be an overachiever a little bit. Always go a little bit higher than what we tell you to do. That's how you always stay ahead of everybody else, okay, and move your business a little bit further. If we're saying 3 to 5 people and you want to be above average, do like 8 to 10, okay? Don't be afraid to kick it up a notch. So say you sent 3 invites out yesterday. You then now today are going to go back to those 3 people and you're going to send a follow-up message, something super simple, and we can share these with you guys. I'll check and see if they're already in the group or not, but if not, I'll share them with you. And you're going to follow up 24 hours later. Hey, Katie, like just checking in. I'm sure you're super crazy. Just wanted to see if you got the message I sent to you the other day. Do you have any questions about anything that I sent to you about our support and accountability group? Does it seem like something you'd be interested in doing? And that's your first follow-up message. So you're going to follow up a couple times during the month. And I have different ways of doing that and different things that I say with each time that I'm following up. And just remember that at the end of the day, guys, honestly, people, this is all about when the time is right for the other person. So you can't get all like, oh my God, I need to get 3 people, 5 people signed up to hit successful. Like, you have to just put yourself almost on the back burner. And this is all about the other person in this business. And when the time is right, you've planted the seed, you've at least reached out to them, and now they will know who to go to when the time is right for them, because they all come around in time. Trust me, they all come around, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 2 or 3 or 4 years later, people always come around and they're going to think of you. And that's why it's so important that even though you're nervous, probably some of you, to hit enter and send the invite or to follow up, it's so important that you do, because for all the times that you're not, there's another coach in the network who is on their A game, being relentless about this, building their network, connecting with people on a mission to help as many people, and they're not worried about hitting enter, and they're doing it. And you don't want that to be your case, where your person's like, oh, I signed up with this other person because they reached out to me like a couple months ago, or whatever it is. Like, you want to plant the seed so that when the time is right for them, they know that they will go to you. And that's why you got to stay in touch with these people as well. Don't just drop them like a hot potato if they say that the time is not right for them. All right, I'm drinking my Energize, guys. This is how I stay up and do my work. 4 years later, Energize. If you don't have any, you need to get some. Okay, so you're gonna follow up with people. Post 2 quality posts on Facebook and on Instagram a day. Now, I just do the same posts on Facebook and on Instagram. Don't ever share them. You don't get enough traction. So I see sometimes people, if you go on Instagram and do your post there first, there's like a little share button where you can share it to Facebook. Don't do that, because if you do that, Facebook, with its algorithm that they have, they actually won't show your post to as many people as they typically would have if you had just organically and naturally posted that same post yourself on Facebook. So what I do is I go to Instagram, okay, I put my post up. I like the filters that Instagram has, so I use the same filter. You want to be consistent with the filter that you use every day. I use the same filter every single day for all my photos, and I'll put it on Instagram. And before I hit enter on Instagram, I'll just quickly copy and paste what I wrote on my phone, and I'll hit enter and put it on Instagram, and then I'll just go right to Facebook and I'll copy and paste it and just put the photo in there. Okay, because in that way, Facebook will show your post more to people. So that's just a quick tip right there. So you want to make sure that you're doing 2 quality posts a day, which means that you're adding value. Just always think about that. You know, think to yourself before you put a post up. Am I being salesy right now? Is this going to help anybody? Are people going to be like, what is she doing? She's clearly trying to sell me something. Or are you just here because you're trying to help people? So you can add any kind of quality post that you can think of, and it does not need to be health and fitness related. It could be anything that is helping you in your life that you found helpful, you can share on social media. So I started making, like, I don't know, this was a long time ago. I'll just say like 2.5 years ago. I started making salads in mason jars. And I went to Target and they had a big sale on the big mason jars that you could put the salads in. So I went and I talked about that on social media. And I shared my salad picture and showed them how to do it. And then I told them that you can actually get these on sale at Target right now. Okay, and you can use the jars for anything. And people can use them for organization. They can use them to store their food, chopped up veggies in, whatever it is. But I shared that. So it doesn't necessarily need to be about like a workout program, Shakeology, whatever you're doing. I had a baby monitor that I really, really liked before when the kids are really little. And I went and I shared the post on social media about how much I liked this baby monitor and why it was my favorite one and all that. It had nothing to do with health and fitness with this business, but I'm just adding value. So you have to be willing to, in this business, like give before you can take anything, okay? So you have to be adding tons of value every day, consistently over time, so that you're known as someone who is a source of value. And people will come to you over time and will watch you closely and refer friends to you if you're that person, versus, the sleazy salesperson from another, network marketing company that we've seen before that is like, hey, get this wrap, it's on sale, 27% off. Like I see these Thrive people doing that. My husband was telling me about that. Like where every day all she posts about is Thrive, 27% off. And she does like 4 times a day and no one likes her post. And it's like, whoa, because you're being like totally scammy and people know exactly what you're selling. It's Thrive. So just post up motivational quotes, and try to personalize everything as much as possible. Like if you find a quote that you like, the best thing that you can do is snap a picture of yourself, and you're going to have to get used to taking selfies, and trust me, you will master them, and make yourself freaking laugh. Like get excited and look happy. Okay. Like don't take like a selfie where you're just like weird, like looking away, just awkward, right? Put on something funny, make yourself laugh, like get happy, because it doesn't matter that you've made no money yet. People could literally think that you're building a 6-figure or more income earning business and be a top coach in the network and be drawn to you because of your confidence and your happiness. So you have to find a way to get yourself looking happy in your post. And then I would put either the quote on your picture or just type out the quote above it and then talk a little bit about, how it relates to you, like why it resonated with you. Don't be afraid to get a little, deep with it instead of keeping everything kind of shallow, right? So personalize everything as much as possible, because at the end of the day, guys, and you're going to hear people say this all the time, is that people are not buying Shakeology. They're not buying Beachbody On Demand. They're not buying 80 Day Obsession, not buying the performance line. They're buying you. You have something that they want to be a part of because you are your own brand. And that is why you have to be you so that you can attract people to you. Okay, so you just have to be you. Put yourself behind the camera all the time as much as possible. Make sure you're in a well-lit room. And, oh, I have a ring light. I'll share this with you guys. You can get these on Amazon. Can you see this? Wait a minute. Anyways, oh, the damn thing died. Sorry, guys. Let me just not, hold on. I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a second. Anyways, it's this ring light, it's called. And it's got like a clip, right? And you can get it on Amazon and you can just like put it right over your phone like this. So that like if you wanted to take a picture at night, you could just turn it around and this thing would go on if my battery wasn't dead. And you can actually get a well-lit photo. So you want your photos to be like, don't overthink them, but you just want them to be bright and eye-catching. You want to be looking happy. You want to stay out of dark rooms. And that's why too, like you can also take your cell phone and put it right up to a, right up to a light or right up to the window during the day and take your selfie like, yeah, whatever. Then you're nice and clear and bright and it's eye-catching and it's just much easier for people to stop their scroll and see that. So anyways, that's just a tip. I'm never going to get through the Instagram stuff. Okay, moving right along, guys. Okay, we're going to get into this. Posting at least 9 stories. I'm not going to go into that because I'm going to talk to you more about that. Okay, this is a big one here because I didn't do this at the beginning of my business. I actually didn't learn about this. This is all new stuff that we've learned through other entrepreneurs, really successful, multi-million dollar earning entrepreneurs that we have learned from. And one of the things that this one guy said, his name is Gary Vaynerchuk. He swears a lot. He says the F word a lot. So if you have virgin ears, you may not want to listen to him. Okay? But one of the things he says is to respond to all comments on your posts that you make. Now, a legit comment. So if somebody says like, oh, I really like that shirt, you can't just like it and give it an emoji. An emoji doesn't count as a comment. You have to actually write something back to them. Like, oh, thanks so much for liking thanks so much for showing me that love. Or if they give you like a compliment, like it and then say something to them or ask them a question or just say, thanks so much, that means so much to me. Or thanks so much, like, how are you doing? Or thanks so much, how have you been? It's been a long time. Like, whatever it is, and you need to do that to all of your posts that you make to every single comment, all right, is to do that. Because the more comments that you make, the more Facebook will show your post, and it also shows your people that you're respectful. Because if they're taking the time to read your post and like your post and comment, be a good person and take the time to actually write them back, right? It's just having like good manners. So that was a huge thing for me that I didn't think of. I was doing like hearts before and like a smiley face emoji, things like that. But you want to do a legit comment. Same thing with people's photos that you see, not coaches. Don't pay attention to any coaches. You're going to waste your time. Other people who are not coaches, you want to always make sure to like their post, but then leave them a comment, a question or a compliment. Usually I always try to do a compliment and a question because it'll get them to respond back and answer if you ask them a question. Okay. Recognize a coach or challenger in a group or publicly. So this is if you sign up somebody, like say you sign up your first person, give them a shout out on social media, right? Like, hey, I'm so excited for, my mom. It's been 4 years, or I could even talk about my dad. Oh, I'm so excited about my dad. He's been drinking Shakeology now for 4 years and he hasn't lost any weight in the past 40 years. And finally, he has committed and he's doing the nutrition plan that we're doing with me. He's drinking a shake every day. He's waking up every single day, getting in over 10,000 steps, going for walks through the neighborhood in the botanical garden. And he's already down 20 pounds, whatever it is. Like, just give them a shout out and give them recognition. Everybody likes that. Everybody loves to be recognized and to be celebrated. So even if they've just made that commitment to get started, give them the shout out. I'm so excited that they're focusing on themselves and they're putting themselves first now. Little things like that. Check in on your challenge group. So whatever challenge group you're in, make sure you're in there every single day, and check the coach online office. So do you guys know how to do that? Basically, you just go to, teambeachbody.com, log in, and then there'll be a coach button right there on the right. Just hover over it and coach office will show up, and click it. And it'll show you all the important news and things like that. You gotta be checking into that every single day. Check the team page. This is really important. This is probably one of the most important things, because again, you don't have a boss telling you, hey, check Team Forever Strong, or check Empower to Lead, or check whatever team you're in, right? But so much good information goes up and helpful information goes up in those team pages every day that can help you build your business, and just exciting things that are going on that you just don't want to miss out on. So when you sit down to do your power hour, make sure that you check into the team page really quickly. I'm talking 3 minutes. Go in, scroll through. Did I miss any posts? Oh, Kathy did a video. I better make sure to watch this one. Watch it, and then when you're done, leave the page. And you don't go back in the group page now. You put a check mark there. You don't go back in again. Doesn't matter how many notifications you get until the next day when it's time to work on your business. Okay, because you don't want to get slowed down or derailed in this process. You want to keep it moving. You do what's on there, check, out, next thing, and just go through it. Okay, and then implement 1 to 2 new things that you know will help you in your business. So this is really important too, guys. Like if you're on a team call, or you're on this call, or you're listening to personal development, don't just be a collector of information, or don't just sit here and listen to all this stuff that I'm saying to you, like taking all these notes, and then you let the call go by and we hang up and you just go to bed. Pick one thing. That's something that Tony Robbins, he's another really, really successful entrepreneur. He's helped hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people throughout the world, including Oprah and all these famous people. He's amazing. I'm actually going to one of his events in October. It's called Unleash the Power Within, going with Nick, my husband. It's in New York City. But he said that anytime that you learn something, just pick one thing, even if it's super simple, even if it only takes you 1 minute, and at least take action toward that to do it. And if you keep doing that, it's all about the compound effect with this business. You will be successful. You will build a successful business and be a successful entrepreneur, okay? So anyways, as you can see, there's all these things to keep track with here. So you're gonna wanna print these out, one for every single week, so that way you can keep track of that. All right, now, does anybody have any questions on any of that? Super simple, don't overthink it. Make sure at the beginning of the week, you have your, I have a huge desk calendar here. Okay, so I know when I'm working on my business for the whole week ahead of me. Just get yourself organized, quickly pencil in when you're gonna be working on your business for that whole next week, which, by the way, this needs to be done every day. This isn't the kind of business where you can be Monday through Friday, I'm too busy, but on Saturday and Sunday I'll make up for it. It doesn't work like that. It's all about gaining momentum in this business. So even if you only can do 30 minutes one day, then you only do 30 minutes one day. But trust me, if you really want to change your life, you'll make it a priority to show up to your own business. Okay? Just imagine that you took out a $500,000 loan to start this thing. You wouldn't be like, oh, I'm too tired, I can't go in today. Oh, well. No. Sometimes people don't take this seriously because the investment is so small. But if you really see and believe in what this investment can turn around and how it can change your life, trust me, you will show up every single day. So just plan that out and then have your tracker out, and then it's easy, because then you have your tracker, you know when you're gonna work, and you're gonna sit down and you're gonna just be focused, and you're not gonna look at messages, and you're not gonna scroll Facebook, and you're not gonna look at notifications, and you're not gonna have side conversations with people on the team just about random stuff, fluff stuff. You're just gonna stay focused on your tracker. And then if you get done with your tracker, and then you wanna talk to coaches on the team about fluff stuff, then you can go ahead and start messaging them as your reward, okay? But do your stuff first before you do anything else. And so the next thing I wanted to go over, no questions from any of you guys? Nothing at all? You sure? Okay. Cool. My husband's setting up my new desk just came in, my new area that I'm going to be setting up. I need to be distraction free. Anyways, the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys briefly about is Instagram stories. Okay, and this is huge because this is just the way that social media is going. You can still have success, obviously, sharing your things on Facebook. But really, where the traction is going now with how things are going is people want to see you in real life, like in the real and raw, and see that you're a real person, which is why people love Instagram stories. And if you don't have an Instagram account, step one is you need to create one. Okay. Step two, if you've never heard of Instagram stories, then you need to Google it on YouTube and just type in Instagram stories. And I'm going to go over some really key important things about it. So Instagram allows you to like send these little, you can do like they're 15-second clips. So it allows you to take pictures, and it allows you to do like boomerangs where it's like, it shows your glass being like, hey, you know what I mean? Boomerangs, you'll learn what all this lingo means if you don't know what it means yet. And it allows you to do like 15-second clip videos, and you can have music playing, whatever, all these things. You want to highlight your life. So you want to show people that you're a real person. You want them to see behind the scenes. People love stories, and people are having way more success building their business using stories because you can't edit them. You don't have to worry about making them fancy or pretty. Nobody wants that stuff anymore. People want to see the real thing. They want to see your kid having the tantrum in the middle of Target and you're about to cry because they can relate to that, right? They want to see the time that you tried to work out and your dog just peed through the whole house right in front of you, and your kid is having a major meltdown now because they dropped their bowl of cereal on the ground and you had to stop and pause your workout 6 times. So a 30-minute workout took you about an hour, right? They want to see this real life stuff. Like, oh, she's a real person. Oh my God, like she struggles with that too. Oh my God, she's not perfect. You never want to appear perfect or even try to be perfect because you just want to be relatable. So these stories are awesome for that because there's no, there's filters you can use, but not really. And it's just, this is me in real life. This is Kathy. This is what her life looks like. And you can even look at my stories if you want for examples. It's under Catherine Reuter. I'll type it in the chat in case you want to follow me and just, to get some ideas. It's just Catherine Reuter, all one word, on Instagram. And you can do like these little clips of them, right? And you want to make sure that you're doing at least 7 to 10 a day. And when you do them, I need to get my pen here. Oh my God, where the hell's my pen? Just proof that you don't need to be organized, guys, to build a successful business. So I'm just letting you know, just you're one of those people that gets paralyzed in that way. I got my pen, my nice bright orange neon pen. You want to do 7 to 10 at least a day. And so like, you can click them. Like when you're watching somebody's stories, like click, 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 you can see like each little one is one little clip, right? So you want to make sure you're doing 7 to 10 a day. And you want to make sure that for every single little clip that you do a hashtag and that you tag a location. Okay. Now you do not need to tag the location of really where you are. Okay. I'm going to give you some tips here. Your hashtags, you want them to be about you. Stay away any kind of Beachbody wording. Stay away from any fitness programs, the names of them. Stay away from Shakeology. Stay away from Beachbody On Demand. Stay away from Beachbody Coach. Stay away from Health and Fitness Coach. Stay away from, Fit Girl. Stay away from all that stuff, because all you're going to do when people type in that hashtag is you're just going to be followed by a bunch of different coaches, right? So you want to think of things about you and about yourself that make you you. For example, I am a coffee addict. So one of my hashtags is like, mom runs on coffee, or coffee lover, right? I used to be a teacher, so I'll have like, I teach first, because I used to teach first grade, or I'll type in like teacher life, or because I have 2 kids, I'll type in mom of 2, or because I live by the beach, I might type in beach life. Whatever it is, just stay away from all the Beachbody lingo. Like you want to come up with at least 10 different hashtags first that represent you. And then each time that you put a little clip in your Instagram story, you want to do one of those hashtags. And you can tap the hashtag, like it'll change the color. It'll be like purple, like rainbow, gray. And you can squeeze it down with your thumbs like this, like just, and I make it as small as possible so that nobody can see it. And I actually hide it in my picture because I don't want it to take away from really what I want them to see. Like, I don't want them to see like hashtag coffee lover through the whole thing, you know? So I'll hide it somewhere and I'll make it like white like that so you can't see it. And then you want to do the same thing with the location. You can click a location. So I don't just, even though I live in Sarasota, I won't just keep tagging Sarasota all the time. I'll do Sarasota, I'll do Anna Maria Island, I'll do Boston, Massachusetts, because I lived there almost my whole life. I will do gyms in the area surrounding fitness, you know, Planet Fitness, even though that doesn't matter. I'll tag like Arizona. I mean, I tag all different kinds of places so that when people are searching those, you know, hashtags in those places, they'll come across me. Okay, so that's the first step, is create your Instagram account. Okay, come up with 10 hashtags that represent you. And if you want us to look at them over, you can share them in the page and I'd be happy to check them over for you. And then you want to tag a location. You want to do that in every single thing. And what I do is, so at the bottom of, before you actually add it to your story, there's a little save button, right? I always save it first. So I go to Instagram, I do my little, like, I'll put it up. You can actually reverse the camera around and hold the middle button down, and it'll give you 3 seconds where you can get your shit together, and like before you do your workout move, if you want to share your workout move, so you can like hold it down. And I'll do my workout move, and then I'll hit save, and it'll save it to my phone, and then I'll upload it to my story. And after I do that, then I'll go to Facebook. And you can do the same thing on Facebook. And now I've already saved that little clip, and I'll upload it to it. There's so much of this stuff that you can watch on YouTube too. And like, we're gonna do another whole call specifically on Instagram, but you just wanna get used to just being you. You can talk. I mean, people love it. You can use, there's a poll option where you can ask people questions like, hey, like the other day I asked like something like, I don't even know what the heck I asked. I asked like 5 poll questions a day. Like, oh, like, do you like to eat, like, do you like chicken burgers? Like, yes or no. And you can change the wording in the poll, like, to whatever you want. Like, do you work out at home? Like, yes, or sometimes. Do you need help with your support? You know, do you need support with your health and fitness goals this summer? Yes, or send me some info. You know, so there's all different things that you can do. But the most important thing is that you want to at least start using these and getting used to using these. And the beauty of it is, guys, is that your story goes away in 24 hours. So you don't need to worry. Like, it's not like you're doing a live video and now it's there out in the cloud. It's there forever. You know, it's like you do this clip and whatever you post is gone 24 hours later. So if you're not posting every 24 hours and adding to your story, then nothing will be on your story, right? So 7 to 10, and get those at least 10 hashtags ready. And I'm trying to think here if there's anything else really, really important about it. I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You just want to be you. Yeah, share the shit show. If you're funny, be funny. I literally pretend like I'm talking to my family or my best friend when I'm on there, and that's the best thing to do when you're doing that. If you want to, you know, get brave and, you know, do like a quick, if it's like 14 or 15 second clip, like, you know, pretend like you're talking to your friend, and, you know, you'll be so surprised. Like, it's so much easier that way if you're talking to like your BFF. Okay, anything else with that? Oh, and then last tip. So at the end of the day, so you can actually see who's watching your Instagram stories. So when you actually go to your story and you log on here, I'm just gonna make sure I'm telling you it's in the right place here. See, like, this is what the Instagram stories will look like. See at the top, all those little circles? Yeah, those are the stories. And so you can click it and you'll be able to see. But anyways, if you click the story, at the bottom of it, it will show you, like when you look at it on your own phone, it'll show you like seen, it'll say like down here, seen by 200, and I don't even know how many people, 262 people. You can click that, and then it will just bring you to this page here where it'll show you every single person who has actually watched my story. And so I reach out to these people every single day. And I I reach out to them every single day and connect with them like, hey, thanks so much for watching my story. Like, have you been to Florida before? I mean, whatever it is that I see them watching, I will relate it back to them. I'm not like, hey, oh my God, you want to join my group? I see that you're watching me. Like, that does happen, especially if I see them watching my, if I put a poll up about my workout video and I'm like, hey, do you need help with, your support and accountability for this summer? Or hey, like who wants to be in the new Lift 4 group with Joel Freeman, and I see that they viewed it, I will reach out to them and be like, hey, I saw that you watched my story today about the new program. I'm so pumped. Were you just checking it out just to check it out, or were you looking to reserve a spot and do it with us? Like, and then I'll come out and I'll ask them that. So I kind of base it on that. So that is basically all that I have for you on Instagram stories right now. Does anybody have any questions about any of that at all? Anything at all that's sticking out? And you're going to have questions, so just don't ever hesitate to you can ask them in the team page, tag me, tag your coach. If you need help with follow-ups, with what to say, with what my follow-up process is, because I pretty much have I follow up and do like a 3-step, 3 times a month follow-up process. And again, you want to make sure you're tracking all those people. But if you need help with that, just let me know and I can give you all that information too. So no questions from anybody? All right, cool. Well, keep rocking it out, guys. And we are here if you need us, and we're excited. So stay engaged and apply something that you learned tonight to your business before you go to bed. All right, see you next week. It's the last call next week. Bye, guys.